Last in the Star Wars Chronicles, the Prophesied King. Our heroes now are getting prepared for their next trial, which appears to be with Anto. Though they're unaware of what needs to be done, they receive a weird message from him saying that he's planning to blow up the entire city, with either if they don't beat him or not. They manage to go face him. This time they see exactly what he was doing, as his plan was a trap set up to make them face his Legion of Anti. Though they proved to be a difficult task, they managed to get past each robot, and now only stand face to face with only Anto left. With a time watch, Anto made for be a formidable opponent, and they seemed to be losing at first. However, after figuring out exactly how the time watch worked, they managed to beat him and complete the second trial, leaving Anto to leave for a time being. Now only time will tell to see what their next trial is. Episode 16. An Unexpected Reunion. We are taken back to the meadows. It's been a year since the event with Anto. Terry was still there trying to communicate with his inner demon. He was resting beside a lake as the wind remained still. As he was resting, he looked down the lake hoping for a response. We've been at this for a while now. At some point you need to let go of your ego and talk to me. Nothing came out as he was sitting there. He lifted his fist on the ground with rage. For God's sakes, what's it gonna take for you to act like a fucking adult? Fury came out a moment when the reflection angered himself. When I'm ready, now step off! He went away like he wasn't there. Terry lay back with a hard sigh. Why is it so difficult? He looks up at the cloud with a depressed look. He sat there like that for a few moments before he heard a weird noise. At first he thought it was nothing, but after a while he knew something was up. He gets up to investigate what the noise is. To him, it sounded like someone breathing heavily. He walks on the rock layer path until he came across a different lake. After seeing it, he looks around to hopefully see what's going on. It didn't hit him what was going on as a rock flew past his direction. After he sees it, he hears a voice. Oh my god, I'm so sorry! He looks around to see HR dragged down from where the rock was thrown. I was thinking about something and... No, it's fine. I was coming over here to see who was making that noise. Jordan gave a sigh with a smile. That's a relief. Glad I missed you then. Terry chuckled as he walked closer. Yeah, funny enough, I thought I was the only one here. Jordan laughed himself. Me too. But hey, glad I'm not alone right now. HR dragging out the fourth. But, by the way, he brings his claws out in a welcoming way. Terrence is my name. Most people call me Terry. Terry reciprocates happily. A pleasure to meet you. What brings you to the Lake of Recovery? Oh, personal problems. I feel ya. 3 years ago, I learned that everything I was taught was completely wrong. I spent a long time trying to learn a proper way, and now I'm just trying to let go of my personal grudges to those people, you know? Terry seemed confused after hearing that. The two decided to sit by a lake as the day went by. Do you still hate those people? No, I never hated them to begin with. It's more that I'm pissed at them for feeding me wrong information. I never realized how it affected me as a person, for I was rightfully called out for it. But hey, that's growing up for ya. He gets a laugh as he rubs the back of his head. I can relate, especially with the big shoes you gotta fill. Indeed, becoming the king of the cursed isn't an easy task in the first place. Yet, I feel I'm not ready yet. Terry nodded in understanding. What's your deal? I have a demon inside me. Oof, that's gotta suck. Tell me about it. And the fact he refuses to talk with me isn't helping in the slightest. Can you elaborate? Terry took a deep breath before he spoke. You may not know this, but I'm also a prince. Dreadnought gave a shocked look after hearing that. Not in the way that you think. I don't know if you ever heard of the Shadow King. You mean the guy who leads the Black Mages? Terry nodded his head for confirmation. What went on with him? For as far as I know, he's run that thing for nearly 100 years and counting. Yet at one point he felt like he was getting too old for his job, so he needed an offspring to get the throne to. And you were that offspring? He shook his head again. He also needed to be sure that I had the ability to do black magic like everyone else in the tribe so I can properly lead them. But I wasn't born with that. Now, in that case, normal people would have either had a new one or gave the throne to someone worthy. But my dad wasn't a normal person. His solution was to find a spirit that did have the magical abilities and force it into me. Dragon held his gasp after hearing that. You can't force an ability on someone! Exactly, and he was actually shocked to find out it didn't work. And said all he did was not take responsibility and let Darky teach me the ropes for 12 years. That's awful. At least my dad died for something competitive that's unlike that. For what it's worth, at least Darky was an okay father figure. He helped me better understand my demon and at least showed me how to be a decent person. Unfortunately, my father wanted a successor quickly. He gets up with anger. I would have rather died than take his responsibility, so Darky helped me escape the place. I never turned back. He then looks back at the lake with a lighter look. Fury, the demon, and I never got along. We did for a bit for a common cause, but even then we had different opinions. I used to think that I should constantly fight against it. But now after years of not working, I think that what I need to do is learn to live with it. It's only a curse as much as I make it. Drown gets a strange look. I'm not sure if that's the mindset to have. Well, whatever I did previously didn't work at all. Might as well try something. But someone is unwilling to try. He looks back at the lake disappointingly. Dragon looks over expecting something to happen. Anyway, that's why I'm here. As I call him out, he's gone silent for a while. I made the choice to try and talk with him, so yeah. I see. Well, I do hope you get better at your thing. As do I, but you never know what will happen next. He didn't hear a familiar voice call from a distance. Speaking of which, seems Darky wants to come for a visit. He looks back at the dragon. I just want to say that while I may have been good friends with him, I'm against what he believes. I think he's too caught up in his agenda, so if you know what's best, you will stay hidden. Dragano nodded in understanding. He flew quickly away as Terry walked by the side of the meadows. As he walked back, he saw Darky look around for him as he waited by the lake. I was beginning to think you finally saw Solace and left. That is, if you actually found it. Terry took notice of his statement. Unfortunately, no. Just taking a stroll to clear my mind. I see. Mind if you and I have a talk? I need to tell you something that might be important. Terry sits by his lake, patting on the ground next to him. Come sit, if it really is that important. Darky does so. Before I begin, it has to do with your father. Terry gives a sharp glare, but concedes from any further action. What about him? He's forced in my hand at the moment. For you see, his time left in this universe is growing shorter and shorter by the second. That's why he was so keen on getting a successor. And what he got was me. Darky sighs after hearing that as he knew what to say next. This isn't entirely true. Terry gives him a confused look as Darky stares into the pond. I've been hiding this for a while, but here's the real story behind you and Fury. To you, he seems like a demon put in there by your father's desperation for a son. And that's what happened. Let me finish. This is what really happened. The thing about Fury is that he isn't a demon. After he said that, Fury's reflection showed up with his own confused look. When you were born, you were actually meant to be a twin. They both turned to shocked expressions after hearing that. Fury was your twin brother, and the fact that there were two of you meant that Shadow King had to pick one. And so he picked you, killing off the other baby in the process. Fury then seemed stunned as Terry held his gas. After doing so, I told him that you did not possess the abilities to cast black magic. That led to him using the soul he took to fuse into you, thinking the twin had those abilities. However, once you kill something in this universe, it can no longer use the abilities it was born with. It either takes three routes: heaven, hell, or the spirit becomes unrested. Fury falls to the unrested category. That bastard. Darky clenches his fist on the ground. I did not know what he did at first, and the thought of that made me sick as his advisor. His sole desperation for someone to take his throne has drawn him into insanity. Darky then takes another deep breath. I've been waiting so long to tell you this, yet I wanted to wait until you. He then sees Fury take over as he constantly punches the wall over and over and again in rage. Of all the stupid, asinine things that happened to me! Darky comes over as he throws the last punch. Tears fall from his eyes. I had the whole life in front of me, all of it for it to be taken away. I was wondering why I felt so stuck in this body, but that wasn't the answer I was looking for. I understand it's not, but that's how he did things. Yet, know that once I learned such a thing, I did everything in my power to help you. Darky then looks down the ground. I'm sorry I lied to you, but note that I just want you to be done with this royalty thing. He gets a closer look from him, if it makes you feel any better. Every king I met after him was just as despicable as he was. So desperate to fulfill their legacies and not give a damn for the people they so cherish. It's maddening. But we're technically up, not by choice. And I know you two will renounce your right to the throne in a heartbeat. Which will lead me to my next point. Your father has finally given in and asked me to take his throne. Fury went away as Terry wiped away the tears he had. But doesn't he know that you will never do that? Yes, and he still has a shred of pride left and wants someone capable to take it. And if I don't, he would help the young Starkers in every way possible. Darky gets in a serious stance. Now, I don't care if I die during this cause or not, but I need to make sure that their bloodlines have ended. And not just theirs, but every royal out there. He then gives him a dour look, except for you, because your blood has been long tainted. Terry still looked down with disappointment, but Mikey did nothing wrong. He's only a kid, and there's something you can't judge for yourself. Darky shook his head in denial. You still don't get it, but that's fine. At this point, I don't expect you to. As long as you don't interfere, then you can believe whatever you want to believe. Darky walks towards the pond. The point is that my goal is still set. I will not rest until it's met, and once it is, I can finally rest knowing that the universe is built on better hands. The hands of the people and not the filthy royals that destroy it. He then heard rushing come near to his direction. He looks over to see a dragon elf fly over with an angry expression with the lightning fist ready. Like hell would I let you do that! He then throws both at him with Darky quickly dodging them. Darky moves to the other side of the pond with an intrigued expression. Hello, now what do we have here? Why isn't the fourth hooked Raven Dragon elf? Or do you go by HR? Dragon elf gets into his own stance. You can call me whatever you want after I bury you 6 feet under! Darky gives a sinister laugh. Oh really? Then throw your best shot. Darky murmurs something as Dragonelf fly over with more fists ready. As he did, he sees purple shield cover Darky from all his attacks. So upfront. I would have thought you had an actual strategy. Terry came over to try and stop the fight. Dragonelf, I thought I told you to stay out of sight. Dragonelf looks back at him with the same expression. And let this guy try to kill people like me? No, thank you! Come now. If you're really that emotional about it, you would have attacked me far earlier. Darky then spoke an air spell as 2 rocks beside him came to his level. He spins them around and throws both at the dragon fast. It hits him hard, but Ajar stood firm on his ground. Is that the best spell you can muster? Dragonel then felt that he was being controlled as his limbs become stiff. He sees Darky hold out his hand after he let go of his staff. I wouldn't tempt me right now, dragon. There are many ways I can end you at this current moment. He forces the dragon back to the rocky wall swiftly. Dragonel tried to power through it, but he still felt something crack inside him. As the spell went away, he felt his left leg go numb in pain. In fact, let me show you one way right now. Before releasing his spell, a portal spawned beneath the dragon, sneaking him away as it closed. The sound of all this happening had another one come from up top, for it was Anto at his lake.
Can you keep it down? Some of us are.
He sees Darky and Terry stare at each other menacingly. Anto sneaks behind the rocks as he eases in. Why did you do that? I'm sorry, but I wasn't gonna let you kill a kid like that, even though you know full well he's a royalty. Terry gives a sinister look. Darky, you're my friend. Hear me as I say you need to let go of this grudge of yours. Just because my father did something doesn't mean these kids have to pay for it. Darky just shakes his head disapprovingly. Whatever, my attention is your father right now anyway. If you want your piece of it, I suggest you come with. That is, if you want to be complicit. Terry took a step back after hearing this. Very well, then stay out of my way. I don't want to hurt you, but if you interfere any longer, I would have no choice. Goodbye. Darky spawns his own portal as he walks away. Terry sees him do so as he thinks to himself. Looks down with a thought. God damn it, I need to tell the others about this. Terry spawns another portal as he walks away. After he did so, Anto looked down with intrigue.
Others, he said. He could be referring to the warriors, as they have something that relates to that Darky character. Maybe I should look more into this.
Now we're finally back at Francisco's lab. Both Francisco and David stood in front of the building as they saw Cody fly around in the Eagles-shaped jet in the sky. Cody seemed to be having the time of his life as he zipped around in it. Francisco was writing things down as the two witnessed. Tell me again, why is this a good idea? I need to test to see if my engineering relating to the flying aircraft is good enough. I figured building him a jet will not only help him get around town better, but also test a few things from the rockets. Not surprised he even knows how to fly that thing. He sees Cody fly down back to her level. He gets out with an excited look. That was awesome! Thank you so much! Francisco laughs as he wrote a few more things down. You got it, Mr. Bird. After he's saying that, they hear a noise of someone coming over to them. All three of them look around to see Dracno limp his way towards their direction. It's that dragon guy. What's he doing here? Your Highness, glad to see you again. Help me, please. Dracno falls over with exhaustion as another portal opens next to him. Terry comes through with a serious look. Dracno noticed with an annoyed growl. You couldn't have done that earlier? Cody and David seem shocked to see both of them. You two, get your friends and meet inside. There's something that we need to discuss. The scene cuts back in the lab as Francisco is checking Dracno out. What's the prognosis? Am I gonna die? Francisco laughs as he bandages Dracno's lower leg. Don't be overdramatic. It's just a small fracture. Your cursed genes will have to heal by the end of the week. Dracno gives a sigh as he rests on the bench he laid on. Francisco then heads back towards the dining table where the others were at. This time, Mikey and Sora were there as well. Of all the people I was going to see today, you're the last one I had in mind.
I figured we will meet again eventually, but what brings you in today?
Terry takes a deep breath as he gives them all a serious look. It seems your worst fear has become reality. Darky is here on Earth. All of them give a nervous look after hearing that. That can't be. Is he after me? Not yet. Here's what's happening. Terry briefly goes over the previous events as the others gave the differing looks at separate points of the story. So there's the scoop. And I thought Pearson was bad. This is something else. I will never question love my guy ever again. Get over yourself. I'm not asking for pity. Terry focuses attention on Mikey. Despite what's happening to me, once he kills my dad, he's most definitely after you.
What should we do?
Hide. Stay out of his sight as possible. But what about the trials? I have to face them eventually, don't I? Terry held back his answer as he was unsure what to do. As he remained quiet, a knock on the door came. I'll get it. We'll wait right here. David brought out his flame bow as he got up closer. He sees through the peephole light and stand on the other side. He opens the door with a sigh of relief. Thank God it's just you. The third trial, a battle against the Shadow King, has been activated. Good luck. They didn't seem surprised as Light instead as he left. You've got to be joking. The others came over to see what's happening.
What was that about?
David turns towards Terry nervously. Tell me again, what does Darky plan to do with your father? He plans to kill him. Why? David looks down now at Mikey nervously, then back at him. We didn't act quickly, because the third trial has been announced. The scene then cuts to the crew getting their things packed, except for Francisco. The trial is really important, you say. All five of them got their things together in one spot. This will help me get ready for Darky. Then there's no I'm up with the waste. Since you're after my father, I'll come to help you. Thanks, but where is your father? Terry looks out his window sorrowfully. The Black Mage tribe is in Transylvania, Romania. It's quite a distance away, but I'll be your guide to the place. David didn't stop as he had a thought. Hold on, before we go, I need to do something real quick. He quickly rushes outside. The others follow as they see David ride along.
Where's he going?
Probably say goodbye to his biker friends. Hey, Terry, mind if you make a pour over there? Terry shakes his head. I've never been there. I need to be at the place beforehand in order to make a portal there. Cody didn't give an annoyed look. Alright, let's take the jet over there. It's quite a ways away, so let's make a haste. Mikey and Sora watch the two fly away in the jet. I wish I had my own vehicle.
Me too. But at least we got each other.
The two laugh as they saw them go away. We now go back to David right back to his biker gang. He right back to the warehouse and determined to look. This time he enters the place without knocking, forcing Winch back. Geez, boss, didn't expect you to come here. David marched forward with a fierce look. Just follow me. I need to talk with you three right now. Winch gets up vigorously. Actually, it's 5, Cap. David gave him a surprised look. They didn't see three other individuals come over. Lewis and Francine were there, of course, but they didn't saw a smaller boy with a short black hair, a skull tank top, and a brown pants. Welcome back, Cap. We got Rook and James back to see ya. David looks over to see the small boy. About time. How you doing, Rook? The boy looks up to him nervously. Good, Cat. Never been better.
We've been waiting anxiously for your arrival. We've got something special for you.
David gives him an intrigued look. I do as well, though what's your thing? He then stops as he sees another woman come up to him. She wore a white jacket with a purple undershirt, white pants and boots, and she had a long, cyan hair.
So you're the biker captain they keep raving about.
David sees her with the same look. And who might you be? The woman stands in front of him confidently.
The name's Sierra White, and I've been just waiting for you to show up after your gang kidnapped me.
Lewis looks back at her sharply. You mean when you trespass our territory? Don't you know that you don't mess with the Trailblazers? David walks up closer to truly study her. How long have they kept you here?
Only for a few days. I've been well fed and everything. It's just boring as I have nowhere left to go.
What do you mean? Doesn't they hear a jet land beside them as the crew looks back at the door? They then see Terry and Cody marching with a tense look. Hey, in case you've forgotten, we got places to be. He then sees David stand by the new woman. Cody then blushes as he sees her. He gets up closer with a seductive look. Hello, beautiful. What they call you, Angel. Sierra gives him a weird look as Cody gets closer.
Please don't talk to me like that.
She backs away from Cody's advances. Terry keeps up beside David with a weird look. Why are we here again? I was gonna ask my crew to stand by Francisco's place as they pose as us to keep Team Magnet out of this mess. Sure, we can do that. We've been itching to do something as a group.
Besides, we always got your back, Captain. So don't be afraid to ask us anything.
I see. Good then. One less problem to worry about. Anywho, who's the girl? She said she goes by Sierra White. Ever heard of her? Terry then gives a shocked look after hearing that name. Her name is White? Terry looks over to her as David gives his own odd look. That's what she said. Don't do anything stupid. Terry then gets up in between the two with a serious look.
Please stop with the flirting.
No, that's not what I'm doing. Is what he said about your name correct? Sierra gave him a weird look.
Yeah?
Terry then gave her a suspicious glance. Who are your parents?
Why are you asking me that?
Just answer the question.
Alright, I don't know who my father is, but I can at least tell you that my mother's name is Elise White.
After hearing that name, a feeling of realization came over him.
Are you going to tell me why you asked?
I don't know what you are doing, but can you move it along? Terry took a deep breath as he glanced at her. Sierra, my name is Terrence. Most people call me Terry. The thing is, Elise White is my mother as well. Her eyes wide after hearing that.
No, she never mentioned having another kid.
She never remembers something from her past.
Wait, hold on.
Exactly. She said she had a son. Terry gets up close with a warmest look. Sierra, I'm your brother. She held her gas as the others gave outward looks. Hey! Happy reunion! The scene then cuts to them running back as Terry and Sierra ride along Cody's jet.
I thought she said you died at some point.
No, I escaped from my father's grasp. I was 12 when I left, so I couldn't have saved her. He looks down with anger. I really should looking back at it. Though at least you weren't shifted to him.
The Shadow King? You don't think he's my dad either, do you?
Could have been. Wouldn't have put it past him. Though I have to ask, what happened to our mother? They finally arrived back as Terry keeled on the ground in tears.
I'm sorry to say, but the disease she had was incurable. She died 5 years ago.
The others came out with their packages ready to go as they saw Terry sob. Damn it, I never got the chance to see her out. He then wipes away his tears as he turned fierce. He looks over to Mikey with an intense look. Plans have changed. How about you and I make a deal right here? What kind? You can have your bout with my dad. However, once you are done, I can do whatever I want to him. If you let me do that, I promise to help you in your quest to defeat Darky. Mikey seems shocked with this deal. Even the fact that he's your friend who helped you through thick and thin? Yes, even if that's the case, it works the same both ways. Mikey gets nervous nod after hearing that. Sora then walks over to Sierra with an intrigued look.
So, you're Terry's sister, eh? Pleasure to meet you.
Sierra gives a quick giggle after seeing Sora gesture.
Please, the pleasure's all mine.
She then feels Sora give her a hug.
What are you doing? I just want you to feel as welcome as possible.
Sierra looks over to Terry with a weird look.
Your friends are quite the anomaly, to say the least.
I'm still getting used to it myself. Sierra then notices Sora gives a cute look.
Are you going to help us on our quest?
My aunt comes over to stop her. How do we let Sierra decide for herself what to do?
I will gladly help you. It will give me the chance to catch up with my brother.
Actually, it's brothers. Terry holds a mirror in the pocket to show Fury on the other side. Sup?
And right now, I've got nothing better to do, actually. I don't know what I want to do.
Shin walks over to the front of the lab.
Ever since my mother died, I've been wandering around the world trying to find my new calling.
Shin comes back with a confident look.
I think it is fate that brought me over to my brother, and maybe this is the next step in my life. I could be a great assistant with my ability.
Cody then comes over with an intrigued look. You have an ability? She goes transparent as she walks through the walls. She then flies from the second story while shooting a white beam from her hand that creates a large hole in the ground beside them.
My ability is Poltergeist. I think Terry finds that familiar.
Terry then widens his eyes with remembrance. Mom had that ability. Poltergeist, a base spirit ability. It can make a user transparent by sending their body to a spirit realm while allowing the soul's energy through powerful attacks. I can see that being really useful. Sarah then comes back with a prideful look.
I can see you're impressed. Mother was a great teacher after all.
I don't doubt that. I wish we did get the chance to see her again. Yellow's motions back and he look down. No. So now is not the time to get sentimental. He looks back at David with a motivated look. Emblem, I need you to finish whatever you're doing. David looks back with annoyance. Give me a second, I need to go over the briefing. David turns over to his 4 members. Okay, it's important you 4 play your part very well. T-Man may be idiots, but they ain't fools. Francine, you'll be Sora. That's gonna six us. Okay, then can you play Sora well? Wench gave a nervous look after he said that. As I was saying, Lewis looks like me, so you play me. Big shoes to fill. David gave a quick remark after hearing that. James, you're Cody's height, so you will play him. Excuse me, sir? Cody turns to Sierra. Don't worry about it. I'm only tall where it matters. Sierra gives him a slap across the face.
You will refrain from this immaturity. I can't believe we're the same age.
David sees Dragonel limp over with a confident look. I'll be Mikey then, seeing how we're both pretty similar. Which leaves Wench as Terry. Are there any questions? Francine didn't seem bashful as she had a note.
Not that I can think of.
Alright, cool. Francisco will stay here to work on the rocket, so if you have any questions, ask him. David takes his bag over the group. Alright, that should take care of that. Good. With all that sorted out, it's time to go to Romania. Garra's nodded confidently as they headed towards the airport. Meanwhile, a camera saw them leave from a distance. The camera is operated from Anto at the back of the lake.
Romania, you say?
Anto gives a slick grin with the devilish thoughts.
After a year at this place, I think I have the right mindset to finally get that money. What do you think, my trusted servant?
He sees anti-tank motor with, you guessed it, a plate of cookies.
I think that's a great idea, sir. How about a cookie to make you feel better?
Anto takes one pride.
Of course. And after the snack, we should be able to cut them off. Plus, this village of black mages could lead to some amazing discoveries that can help me become the top bounty hunter.
With that confident laugh, Anti-10 shapes to a flying machine that Anto happily rides along.